Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, indeed. Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. Actually, I did. Are you ready? I understand the last video was a bit thick. She was a bit content heavy, okay? But when I was not lying when I told you that before I was all in at Marvel because they have Miles. Let's get the lighting a little brighter in here, shall we? Anyways, I was not lying when I told you that before I was deep into Marvel, I was a huge DC shill. That is those are the comics that I started my love, my passion for comics with. And that's why that video was so dang long, okay? Or at least in hindsight it seems long because there are a lot more comics than just my brief Spider-Man focused Marvel collection. But this is not going to be like that video. Like my Marvelous Marvel collection or my Dynamic DC collection. Those are parts 1 and 2. This is the third part. We're in the final stretch. And as I look to my left, these are huge collected issues and editions of comics in which I read or have read and enjoyed that are not affiliated with Marvel nor DC. And if I'm wrong, y'all can dislike this video and actually you can let me know in the comments and I will take it down. But if there are no objections, we can just dive straight into it. I mean, you've been listening to me talking about books for a collected amount of minutes now, and quite frankly, I don't want to waste too much more of your time because I got more content I want to put out. Partner, there are other videos I'm trying to put out. Partner, like we're talking maybe some more lazy-ass reviews of some movies, yeah? Because, I mean, heck, Space Jam, A New Legacy, Conjuring Part 3, Black Widow, Fast 9, there are plenty of other movies that I could be doing videos on. Excuse me, let me start. So let's start with, as usual, the first, goodness. Here we go. Wow, okay, yes, I know, this is not a Bible. And this is much larger than any of the Omnibuy I have shown you in this series, in this video trilogy. So these are really the big boys here, okay? Can you believe it? Picture me in high school, probably sophomore, even freshman year. And I asked for this for Christmas. This is Frank Miller's Big Damn Sin City. And yes, that speech bubble says hot damn. And interestingly enough, now that I'm looking at this part of my collection, this, just as many others, kind of all stem from the same origin story. Like, for example, I catch glimpse of a form of media, whether it be movie or TV, in which these have been adapted into, and I want more because I enjoyed its adaptation so much. So this was back in the day when I first saw like Kick-Ass and like Sin City, and I realized, wow, comic book movies can actually be really dark and really freaking cool. And that's why I asked for this. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, the binding is not as solid. It hasn't really held up as much. But Sin City is just like a gritty, crime-ridden noir story or set of stories, and I just love it so much. I will admit, I've read maybe halfway through this when I'd first gotten it, and that's about it. But since then, I've been meaning to get back into it, so maybe one day down the line, we'll tackle this big boy right here. But yes, this is Big Damn Sin City. This is this is the biggest, baddest Sin City of them all, as they say. And it literally just collects all of it. This is Dark Horse, so no, it's not Marvel, no, it's not DC. And this thing costed like $100. Thank you, Mom, for making that Christmas a miracle. Because I know I got this, and I got like the Prototype 2 video game, and like a couple other cool things. So I do appreciate that. Next, ooh, there we go. We move on to a collection of comics that you've already seen on the channel if you saw my lazy-ass review of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, but it is Scott Pilgrim. This is the three, this is the colored, this is the complete set, the colored editions. Just in case y'all haven't caught that video, I still want to do myself justice, so we have Volume 1. Again, my favorite love story of all time. We've got Volume 1 right here. We got Scott and Knives, our boy Wallace. And then we've got Part 2, which is Scott and Envy Adams. We don't like Envy. And then on the back, I think her name was Lily. Again, completely omitted from the movie adaptation, but still a very important character to Scott. And then we've got Scott and Ramona, the OTP, the one true pair right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will probably do a video talking about the comics, and maybe I'll do something similar to when I did like my Justice League versus Justice League Snyder cut, where I like highlight my favorite differences between the books and or the movies. If y'all are interested, and then we've got almost at Knives Kim on the back. I'm so sorry. This series was solid. I got it for Christmas. I want to say not last year, maybe last year, last Christmas. I think so. But man, these are solid. I'll tell you what, if you want a good read, I recommend getting these, or at least getting it digitally, because I know you can get it on your Kindle. You can get it through Comixology. You can get it digitally, so you don't have to really. I mean, there's something about physical copies that really make a difference. I mean, you can look at my bookshelf, and I can attest that having things physically is much more satisfying and gratifying. Hence why I have a shelf full of, like, physical stuff. Alright, so there was that. There were these 3 comics, plus Big Damn Sin City. And finally, if y'all haven't, I actually have a really, really cool, very special, I wouldn't even say it's going to be announced right now, but it's something that I'm working on, a really close friend of mine from high school, and we're going to dive right into it, but we're not going to get there yet because him and I still have to arrange a time to do it. But if y'all haven't seen this show, stop this video right now, and go boot up Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, I don't know what to tell you. Either get the free trial, or you can go hit up your buddies, because when I say Invincible is like one of the best pieces of comic book media I have seen in a while, let me tell you how much I enjoy Invincible, alright? The 8-episode series that's already been renewed for not just Season 2, but Season 3. Go watch Invincible. I know you've heard about it by now. Don't lie to me. And if you haven't, I don't blame you, but go watch it, like, right now. It's so good. So good. And you know how good it is? I went and I bought the compendium. This is compendium 1 of 3. And I'm currently reading through it. I'm reading through this right now. I'm not showing y'all nothing because I don't want to spoil anything. And quite frankly, the comic that inspired it, the 2003 series that inspired the 2021 show, you already see, I started this like a day ago. Okay, I won't lie, a couple days ago. But this is a lot of progress for me, okay? In between everything I do, I just sit down and read an issue. This collects issues 0 through 47. And if that is Mark Grayson, this man, I don't want to touch on any of it, because I need y'all to go check it out. And I know I'm getting a little intense and raising my voice, I'm sorry for that. But I need you to go check out Invincible, pretty please, with cherries and sprinkles and rainbows and everything on top. Now, if that isn't enough to convince you that this story is meant to be experienced, if not read, if not watched, experienced, I bought Compendiums 2 and Compendiums 3. Literally. I have the entire comics run in my hand. Well, not in my hands, because this is kind of excluding the first compendium, but I don't have 3 hands. But basically in my possession, I own the entirety of the comics run. Issue 0 through issue 144. And I'm finna read all of these. The Eisner nominated series. I don't even know what the Eisner is. I just know that nominations are very, very important. Like, come on now, man. Go check it out. And I don't know, maybe I will. I mean, maybe, wow, the art style really gets better. Hold up. Oh, wow. Alright. I wish I didn't open that up. I just saw something really spoilery. Alright. Robert Kirkman, the man behind The Walking Dead, brought us these comics, which have now been adapted into an amazing animated series. And I'll tell you what, it's life-changing, and I will for sure read all of these, and hell, I might even do a video on each compendium. Maybe. Possibly. Or maybe just the series as a whole, because I feel like those would be very long-winded videos. Yes. What looks like a stack of paper so thick you would find it on like a lawyer's desk or something. This is the entirety of Invincible. But the best part is, oh, what's that? Oh, the best part is you don't even have to read all this to experience it, because the Amazon Prime show is like 8 episodes. I mean, yeah, they're long episodes, but they don't feel that long once you hit the end of every episode. Anyways, enough about gushing about Invincible. That was the last of my comics collection. I have bared my soul to you through these comics that I've literally had for years and years and years, and I've had for years. So thank you for experiencing this with me. I know it's not as mesmerizing or as exciting as my record collection video. It's also not as brief because this had to be 3 parts. Unless you wanted to see like an hour and a half of me just sitting here talking about comic books, because I don't see the enjoyment in that. So thank you again for tuning into this final video of this beautiful trilogy. I know that I'm lacking in the comics department, at least in this regard. Don't worry. There will be updates where I won't like obviously show you every single comic again, but every new comic, similar to how I plan on showing every new record I get or every new pop I get. Shout out to that unboxing video that I put out. Funko Pop collection video might be coming soon, who knows. But bottom line is, as it stands, I appreciate all of you for following me on this journey. And I appreciate it more than anything. Don't know what I'm going to be putting out next, but I hope that you will be here for it. Whoever checks it out, by all means, please do. So be sure to like, subscribe. I'm not going to push for anything. Be sure to follow me on my socials if you just want to catch a glimpse of my regular life. I don't know what that was, outside of YouTube. But yeah, as always, stay safe, stay well, and please, most importantly of all, above all else, if you don't do anything else for yourself, do this. Because life is just stressful. So there are some times. So please, my friends, stay lazy. And I'll catch you next time.